Hello everybody, and this is ZookaMan, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. That is going to be a request from Super Flowfish on Cast It. You see, we're going to be watching a Fun Day Monday-like replay over the theme Offensive Expansion. Players will have to put an expansion in their opponent's natural expansion. In other words, the player will have to expand to their opponent's natural. Now let's see how this goes, shall we? So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce our players. In the top left, I believe. No, top right. Got myself turned around a little bit there. On the top right, we have Blaze from the clan Luck 13. He's going to be getting a supply depot. As opponent on the bottom right, we have Xellos from clan Swole. Xellos. That's kind of a fun name. Xellos. It's going to be a lot of fun to cast this game because that name is just going to make my day. Both players are going to be starting fairly standard. We have a gate coming down from Xellos. Supply depot coming down from Blaze. No barracks, of course, yet, which means that we might be seeing up there. We go. Proxy barracks. And for those of you who are curious, we did see this last game, or the last game I casted rather, following the same theme. We saw a double barracks proxy, and it looks like that's the build to use, at least on the Terran side of things. These are going to be doing a proxy 2 racks, and however, I don't think that the did the probe scout him? I think the probe scouted him. Maybe it was too early for him to say the barracks didn't come down, which is a little bit unfortunate. Back home, Xellos is going to be dropping down both simulators, probably going to be going for 2 in each gas, which is going to be more centralized on a tech opening. There we go, Cybernetic Score is on the way, he needs to get his units in his gas. Now the proxy 2 racks is progressing in a sort of way that it does. We do have 1 Marine on the way, and the other barracks is just now about to finish up. Blaze is going to be not really doing much macro back home besides keeping up on his supply depots, because really, at this point, who needs SCVs when you can just build Marines? And that's actually a fairly good thing right now. But we are going to be seeing the probe going back into the main base that might be scouted. Oh, he's going to actually scout that these units are here, which is actually super important for Xellos right now. And Blaze is going to be going forward, and it looks like he might be gearing up to take his opponent's natural at this point. Xellos is going to be dropping down an additional gateway just because of he sensed something a little bit fishy with having a Marine that quickly out on the center of the map, or on the other side of the map. We do have the command center morphing into a orbital command. Meanwhile, a stalker is going to come down just to scout out what's going on, and it is going to see all of Blaze's units here. We are going to be seeing a bunker come down, which is going to be probably filled with Marines when the Marines catch up. We do have about 4 on the field, 5 actually, because one's just kind of hanging out over here. We're also seeing a tech lab over here on the proxy starport, or proxy barracks, which you don't really see very often. Maybe we're going to be seeing Marauders added on, possibly. Meanwhile, we're seeing repeated amounts of Zealots moving out. We're also going to be seeing a Stargate coming up in the back of the main base. There we go. Natural is coming up for Blaze, and Xellos is going to be moving out at this point. We do have mass repair, or a little bit of repair coming up on the Blaze's bunker. Xellos is going to be saying, ha, okay. And this is something that we really don't expect to see as any player. I can say that wholeheartedly. When I look outside my natural expansion and see my opponent expanding there, I'm a little bit confused. That being said, Xellos knows that this is happening, and he's going to be dropping down a couple of additional gateways, as well as a robotics facility, probably for observers. But the starport is... Oh, he canceled the starport for the robotics facility, so I feel like he's probably getting immortals off of this. I think my mothership core is going to be hitting the CC a little bit, going to kill the SCV. Blaze is going to chase that away, however, with the Marines that he has. And that is actually 3/4 of the way being done on Blaze's side of the field, or on Xellos' side of the field. Kind of on both of their side of the field once that gets up. Militia Corps is going to be poking up at the command center once again, but that is going to be finishing up. And the Protoss player is going to be dropping down, finishing up with the gateways, excuse me. And he's going to be going up onto Immortal production. Now, I have to assume that the gateways are probably going to be Stalkers with a couple of Zealots mixed in, just to make sure that his opponent doesn't just kite him or something like that. And also having a couple of tanking units is always good. One Immortal is just now about to finish up. We do see the natural expansion is up. And we do see another bunker over here by the gas to make sure that it is taken care of. Additional barracks is coming up as well to pump out more Marines. Because what else could you need but Marines at this point? And the question is nothing, because Marines are everything. Completely. That being said, Natural is going to be up from Blaze back home. He doesn't really have a whole lot. He does have a engineering bay, of course, for upgrades, probably, maybe turrets. We also are going to be seeing Stim finish up in a little bit here. Protoss player is going to be sitting very comfortably on one Immortal, one Sentry up, just to make sure that there isn't going to be any sort of crazy thing coming up that ramp. You'll be able to force field that off a little bit. We're going to be seeing a planetary fortress up in the natural expansion at this point, which is definitely a good idea when you're so close to your opponent. And by so close, I mean literally 2 steps away from them. Probably not, actually. Probably like 3 or 4 with the Colossus, 4 or 5 with the Stalker. Same is just going to be now finishing up here. We do see the planetary fortress is finishing up right around the same time as well. And we're, of course, seeing the bio over there as well. Observer is going to get brutally murdered by the missile turret, and it's going to explode. We do have that +1 coming up back home, which makes me think that he's probably going to be moving in a little bit here with a +1 kind of push. That being said, we're also going to be seeing a factory added on to help defend a little bit with his base. We're going to be seeing a Marine at the bottom of the ramp coming up in the main base, and is going to scout the entirety of the army of Xellos. And really, this is a pretty scary army against the composition that we see from Blaze. He has 2 Immortals, which is going to be very effective against the large number of Marines. So really for Blaze, what I would say composition-wise, the best thing for him to do is start getting out Marauders, and probably, possibly Siege Tanks or Widow Mines here to help defend this base, because it is super vulnerable, that's what I want to say, as long as Xellos has the upper ground. Marauder is going to be shot at a few times. Actually, a lot of units here are going to be shot at a few times. We're going to be seeing this factory move back. Starport is going to be up on his way. Now Blaze is going to be up on actually fairly decent mining. He has 32 to his opponent's 22 harvesters, despite the fact that this base is really, well, right there against his opponent. But Xellos is not really able to move out right now. He needs to get at least another Immortal, possibly 2 more, just to be able to comfortably push down here. But I think in a little bit he'll be able to move down and stop this natural expansion. Assuming that we don't see a whole lot from Blaze at that point, especially in the Marauder department. That's what he means right now is Marauders. Marauders are very good for him right now. We're also going to be seeing the factory going up on a reactor, so probably going to be seeing a siege tank, or not siege tanks, but Widow Mines, as opposed to siege tanks. Oh no, that's going to be for the Starport, of course. How could I be so silly? Here comes the Protoss army coming down in the natural expansion. He's going to be trying to break this. He's going to be forces coming off, but that might not be enough. Stemming up of the units over here, going to be getting a lot of damage done. The natural is going to be stopped, however. So Blaze is not going to be mining there. There is going to be photon overcharge coming up in the main base, but that doesn't mean a thing to Blaze, because he just can come in, destroy the militia core, and say, ah, well, I did enough damage, and going to back out. We're seeing concussive shells added on as well for Blaze right now. Which means that we're probably seeing a higher Marauder count in the future here, which is very effective for him. Would love to see an armory drop down fairly shortly here, so that he can go up onto further upgrades. We're going to be seeing the Terran army going to be trying to push in once again, but really does not have the sufficient amount of forces right now to be able to really take on this army. That being said, Xellos is going to be moving out, and he's going to be trying to get this. He's trying to break it if he can, but really, that's it. He's going to be GGing it out. Calling his opponent a noob there. Alright, folks, a little bit of announcements here before I sign off for the night. Once foremost is first and foremost is that if you are interested in getting casted, whether you want it to be a serious game or a troll game or just a game you want to get seen or a game that you want analysis on or anything, please send that replay over to ZookaMan900@gmail.com. It will be in the description below. If you're interested in any of my other content, as well as if you enjoyed this content, please like, comment, subscribe, as well as check out my other social media sites, as well as my Twitch down in the description below. There's a lot of good links down there, a lot of good stuff for people who are interested in more of my content, including my live streams over at Twitch. I believe I have a few VODs from not this past week, which was the tournament, but the week before, that are a little bit enjoyable. And of course, if you're interested, you can always just come in at live on Saturday night at 7:30 for my newbie night, which is essentially live casted fewer games. That all being said, I think that's it. Love playing this game. This is a very enjoyable game to cast. I'm not playing, but cast. And I'm actually kind of liking this offensive build. This is the second game I've casted in this category. I have about 2 more to work through, guys, and I'm going to try to get them uploaded as soon as I possibly can. This one is, I believe I know the first one's up right now, and the second one, this is going to be the second one. So the second one's going to be starting uploaded after this, after I'm done recording. And I'm going to start working on the third one, the fourth one, and hopefully I can get through them tonight. And with luck, I can upload them tonight, and possibly, if I don't get them uploaded tonight, upload them tomorrow. I will get them done in the next couple of days, however. So that's something, as well as the fact that probably in the next couple of days I'm going to be putting out a little bit more casts, because I have been a little bit silent, and there's a lot of casts out there that I need to get to show the world. That all being said, I know that's a little bit of a lot of information there at the end of the video, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you liked, please comment, like, subscribe. And this has been ZookaMan, and we'll see you on the next cast.